I think it's rather foolish to gamble in science, actually, generally speaking. I mean, because it has a habit of catching you out, it seems to me. I mean, the great Erwin Schrödinger said something which I like a lot. He said, science is a game, but a game with reality. And that's exactly it. I mean, there's always this reality check, because if you're right, and that's why people who fake their results generally come a cropper, because they never guess quite right. And so somebody, if they're making any claim of any significance, they will be found out because they will be wrong, and it will be obvious that they couldn't possibly have got the results that they claimed. And that's a gamble too, I think. I mean, that's a good example of a gamble.
This chap, Sir Tim Hunt, he's knighted Nobel Prize winner, Royal Medal winner for cell biology. I looked up a list of, these are lists of people who faked in science misconduct. I hate it when people lie. In my tutoring, I came across some students, usually older students, who'd lied to me about their backgrounds, either having claimed they'd done degree study, two of them older, but they clearly hadn't. And some parents I met had claimed they'd been to university, but they clearly knew nothing about it. So it was very obvious when you're highly experienced and educated in some area, your knowledge is very specialized. It's so obvious when people are lying and they claim they have. It's so obvious when you meet somebody who claims they've got experience, claims they have knowledge, because they don't. It's so obvious to you that when they don't. I think people who don't have experience and haven't been studying at a high level or something, they don't realize that when you have been studying at a high level, you actually have a huge knowledge under your belt and you have a lot of experience. And it's just so obvious when people lie, and I hate it when people lie. I prefer honesty from people, honesty and politeness. I've met some extremely eminent scholars who've been very, very polite and charming. I've met some very eminent scholars who've been obnoxious and self-absorbed, and I've met some extremely uneducated people who've been very polite and charming, and I've met some very, I suppose when I say uneducated, people who probably left school with a couple of O grades at C grade, a D grade, and got a job as a cleaner or something. I met some very sort of low educated people who have been very charming and polite, and some very sort of lowly educated people who are very obnoxious and horrible. So I just want people to be honest and polite and have manners. I try to reciprocate it. I don't like lying. I hate it. I don't lie. I try not to. But I hate it when people lie. So I was bringing up this Tim Hunt thing. Was that he did that in I don't know I can't remember what this was in response to. It was something in the news at the time.